Students, in this video I am going to discuss the procedure how to solve the transportation problem. So as you are aware, very much aware, that the solution procedure is divided into four parts. This is the solution procedure. In step 1, problem should be a balanced problem. Balanced means supply is equal to demand. In the second step, we have to find the initial basic feasible solution, for which we have three methods: northwest corner method, least cost method, or Vogel's approximation method. We have already discussed these things. Fine. In the next step, we have to test the optimality, for which we have two methods: stepping stone method and another one is modified distribution method, or in short MODI method. Fine. So here in this procedure we will use second method, MODI method. We will use this method. Then in the next step, if the solution is not optimal or feasible, then revise it, and we will, how to revise this, we will discuss this in very detailed manner. And last step is repeating the steps 3 and 4 until obtaining of the optimal solution. Fine. Then we have already discussed these methods, how to find the initial basic feasible solution: northwest corner method, least cost method, and Vogel's method. We have already discussed these in the previous video. So now I am considering the last Vogel's approximation method table, so which is here. You can see that this is the approximation method. This is the table. We have already discussed the method. First you have to calculate the difference between the least cost and the next least cost difference corresponding to each row as well as column. So here we have least cost is 0, next is least is 10, the difference is 10, so written here. Then similarly in the second row, 8 is the minimum one and the next minimum is 12, so the difference is 4. Then in the third row, the minimum is 10 and the next minimum is 12, so the difference is 2. Similarly column wise, here we have 10 and 15, the difference is 5. In the second column, 12 and 20, the difference is 8. And then 0 and 10, so difference is 10. And then 8 and 15, so difference is 7. Among these, the maximum difference is 10 here and 10 here, both are same. So their intersection cell is 0. So here, if for example here, if we are moving here, then the minimum cost is 0 in this column. Similarly, if you are moving in this row, then again the minimum cost is 0. Fine. So हम maximum difference में row wise या column जाएंगे और देखेंगे minimum cost कहाँ है. So minimum cost is here. So by chance minimum cost occurs for this 10 as well as this 10. दोनों को same ही मिलता है. So this is very good. So here now we have selected the cell. Now how much we have to allocate? So हमने cell elect कर लिया, लेकिन हमें कितना allocate करना है? So minimum of 8 and 8, availability and demand. So minimum is 8. So we have to allocate 8 units here. Fine. And then cross off this row as well as column, क्योंकि दोनों की requirement पूरी हो गई है. Then we have to again revise the differences. So we have to subtract these. We have to eliminate this row and column. Now the among these, find out the row differences and column differences. So now the differences is here 8 and 15. So difference is now 7. Here is 12 and 15. So difference is 3. Then column wise, here is 20 and 15. Difference is 5. Here 12 and 20. So difference is 8. And 8 and 15, difference is 7. Among these new differences, 8 is the largest one. जितने भी अब नए difference आए हैं उनमें 8 सबसे बड़ा है. So now move in this column and find out the minimum cost among these two. And minimum is obviously 12. Minimum is 12. So allocate how much amount? Minimum of 11 and 11. Again allocate 11 amount and cross off this row as well as column. Fine. So then after removing the first row, last column, last row and these two columns, minimum is we have only two cells rest, 15 and 8. There are two cells left, and now allocate how much amount? 8 units here and 5 units here, so that total requirement is fulfilled. So this is the Vogel's method. We have already discussed what is the total number of allocations. Total number of allocations is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So 4, which is less than m plus n minus 1. What is m? M is number of total plants, here number of rows. Now n is what? Number of columns, 4. So 3 plus 4, 7 minus 1 is 6. So this is less than 6. Fine, this is less than 6. So now we have to move further to get the optimum, or to check whether the current solution is optimum or not. If not, then how to optimize it further. So for this we need certain procedure. To develop the procedure, we need some basic definitions which is related to loop and degeneracy in a transportation problem. Fine. So we will use these two in the development of the MODI method, which is used in the step number 3. Fine. So let us see what is loop, what is degeneracy in a transportation problem. So here this is the loop. So in a transportation table, an ordered set of cells is set to form a loop. यानी जो सेल है हमारी वो एक लूप को फॉर्म करेंगी कब? When any two adjacent cells, here adjacent cell means occupied or allocated cells. For example, this is an adjacent cell, 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 because they are occupied. However 10, 20, 20, these are unoccupied cell, क्योंकि यहाँ कोई allocation नहीं हुआ है. They are unoccupied, and जहाँ जहाँ allocation हुआ है, they are the adjacent cells. Fine. So any two adjacent cells occupied and allocated lie in a row or in a column. या तो किसी रो में lie करती हूँ या किसी column में. Fine. Any 3 or more adjacent cells in the ordered set do not lie in the same row or column. या हम लूप बनाएंगे तो किसी भी रो में या किसी भी कॉलम में केवल और केवल 2 ही सेल का यूज करेंगे. कोई भी 3 और उससे ज़्यादा एडजेसेंट सेल का हम इस्तेमाल नहीं करेंगे. So any 3 or more adjacent cells in the ordered set do not lie in the same row or column. Same row and column in the formation of loop. Fine. Now the third C. The first cell of the set is considered to follow the last in the set. That means we have a closed loop. Start and ending point, they are same. However, the rest of the cells will occur only in one time. However, the starting and end point, they will be the same. Start और end वाली जो सेल है वो रिपीट होगी क्योंकि वो वहीं पे आके क्लोज होगा. बाकी सब एक एक बार आएंगे. फाइन. सो ईच एक्सेप्ट द लास्ट मस्ट अपीयर ओनली वंस इन द ऑर्डर्ड सेट. एवरी लूप हैज इवन नंबर ऑफ सेल्स. कोई भी लूप होगा वो इवन नंबर ऑफ सेल्स लेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर वी हैव टेकन 2 केसेस. वन इज लूप, अनदर वन इज नॉट अ लूप. वाई दिस इज लूप? Because in the row or in a column you can see we have only 2. This cell is the occupied cell. This is also an occupied cell. This is an occupied cell. This corner is an occupied cell. This is an occupied cell. So in this transportation problem we have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 occupied cells. They are used to form this loop. Fine. Here negative shows कि हमने कुछ अमाउंट घटाया है एंड एडिशन शोज दैट हमने कुछ अमाउंट जोड़ा है. सो दैट द टोटल रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ दिस रो रिमेन्स सेम. जितना अमाउंट हम यहाँ ऐड करेंगे उतना ही अमाउंट यहाँ सब्ट्रैक्ट करना पड़ेगा ताकि रो रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी रहे. सिमिलरली कॉलम वाइज जितना अमाउंट हमने यहाँ सब्ट्रैक्ट किया है उतना ही अमाउंट हमें ऐड करना पड़ेगा. सो दैट दिस कॉलम की जो डिमांड थी वो पूरी रहे, उसमें कोई अंतर ना आए. फाइन. तो ये जो डिफरेंस है हमें कितना जोड़ना है कितना घटाना है यही हमें कैलकुलेट कराना है. Fine. Now this is a loop. Why this is a loop? Because you can see that in each row either you are using 2 cells. Here is one cell, one is cell here. So there are 2 cells. You have used only corner points. जो भी इस loop के corner points हैं वही cell हैं हमारी. Fine. फॉर एग्जाम्पल दिस लूप, दिस फोर्थ वन, ये हमारे लूप का पार्ट नहीं है, ये सिर्फ ओवरलैप हुआ है, ऊपर से चला गया. फाइन. सो दिस इज द cell and this cell, they are used to form a loop. Similarly here, these two cells are used to form a loop. However, this is not used as a cell to form the loop. Fine. However, in the next example, you can see here we are having 1 2 and 3 rows in a column. Similarly, 3 rows, 3 cells in a row, which does not satisfy the B part. Any 3 or more adjacent cells in the ordered set do not lie in the same row or column. That's why this is not a loop, because they are not satisfying the second part. So this is a loop, this is not a loop. Fine. हाँ, ये हो सकता है यहाँ पे कि ये ऊपर से चला जाए, तो फिर यहाँ माइनस नहीं आएगा अगर ये ऊपर से जाएगा तो. Then we have a loop here. अगर ये ऊपर से चला जाए, ये इधर से ऊपर से चला जाए, ये माइनस ना हो यहाँ पर, तो ये लूप हो जाएगा फिर. फाइन. सो करंटली दिस इज नॉट अ लूप, क्योंकि 3 चीज़ें एक साथ आ रही हैं, 3 सेल्स कॉलम में भी हैं, 3 ही सेल रो में भी हैं, तो दिस इज नॉट अ लूप. ठीक. नाउ द इंडिपेंडेंट पोजिशन सेल्स. नेक्स्ट डेफिनेशन इज इंडिपेंडेंट पोजिशन सेल्स. द अलोकेशंस आर सेट टू बी इन इंडिपेंडेंट पोजिशंस इफ इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू फॉर्म एनी क्लोज्ड लूप through these allocations. अगर कोई भी लूप, the allocations are said to be independent portion if it is not possible to form any closed loop through these allocations. यानी इन allocations के थ्रू अगर कोई भी लूप फॉर्म ना करता हो, तो हम कहेंगे कि जो हमारा सॉल्यूशन है वो है इंडिपेंडेंट पोजिशंस. हमारे जो सेल्स हैं दे आर इंडिपेंडेंट पोजिशंस. फाइन. नाउ द degeneracy in a transportation problem. A solution of a transportation problem is said to be non-degenerate basic feasible solution if it is feasible हो. Second thing is it has exactly m plus n minus 1 positive allocations. m plus n minus 1 positive allocations हो. Fine. Number of allocations जो है वो m plus n minus 1 हो. Then we can say that our solution is degenerate. Otherwise, if number of allocations is less than m plus n minus 1, then solution is called a degenerate solution. And this degeneracy in a transportation problem can occur in the initial solution, या तो स्टार्टिंग में आ सकती हैं, और it may arise in some subsequent iterations, और बाद में भी आ सकती हैं. For example, in the Vogel's method example, you have seen that how many allocations are there? 1 2 3 4, which is less than 6 m plus n minus 1. So that's why this is a degeneracy. There is a degeneracy. How to resolve this degeneracy? We will develop the procedure. तो ये एक degenerate solution है. This is not the optimum solution. Fine. And reason is this, because we have m plus n minus 1. Number of allocations is less than m plus n minus 1. So this is a case of degeneracy. How to resolve this? Let us see. So to resolve the degeneracy. To resolve the degeneracy at any stage, a very small quantity epsilon is allocated in unoccupied cells. जितने भी unoccupied cell हैं उनमें से कुछ में हम epsilon amount allocate करेंगे. कितनी में करेंगे? How many allocations are required? We have to allocate epsilon amount in such number of cells so that the total number of allocations will be m plus n minus 1. जो डिफरेंस है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हियर द डिफरेंस इज 2, 4 इज लेस देन 6, तो डिफरेंस इज 2. So we have to allocate epsilon amount in 2 cells. Among these we have to allocate epsilon amount in 2 cells. कहाँ करना चाहिए? अब हमने सेलेक्ट कर लिया कि 2 में हमें करना है, लेकिन कहाँ करें? So here in transportation problem it is better to allocate epsilon to those unoccupied cells that have lowest transportation cost but do not form a loop. यानी lowest cost भी रखती हो और loop भी ना बनाती हो with the existing occupied cells. That is, selected cells should be in independent position. Fine. So let us take this example. This is the Vogel's method. Yes, this table is again constructed here. So here we have selected 2 cells, 2 सेल में हमें allocation करना, because total number of allocations is 4. However, requirement is that they should be 6 for to get the non-degenerate solution. So now among these cost matrix, find out the minimum cost cells. 2 cost cell को हमें find out करना है. Here this is 10, this is 10, and they are minimum. So just allocate epsilon amount here and epsilon amount here, epsilon amount here, epsilon amount here, and now total number of allocations is 6. Fine. So this procedure written here. So here initial solution is degenerate because we are having total 4 number of allocations. So now to resolve the degeneracy, assign a very small quantity of epsilon to such 2 cells having minimum cost and do not form a loop. And now can check whether they are forming a loop. Check करके देख लेते हैं. If you start with this, just go here, then go here, then go here, then there is no path either from here or here. There is no path. So that's why there is no loop. Similarly, if you will start with this, move here, there is no path here. Similarly, if you move here, 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 then there is no further path. That's why there is no loop. तो आप चेक करके देख लें कि कोई लूप इसमें नहीं बनता. So they are in independent position. So that's why. So we can allocate epsilon greater than 0 units to the cell 1 1 and 2 3 with lowest costs 10 and 10. This is the 10, this is the 10. So this is the procedure. So we have started today from the loop, this page, and then how to resolve the degeneracy. Fine. Now in the next video I am going to discuss the procedure. I am going to develop this procedure, test for optimality of a non-degenerate solution. Fine. Thank you.